Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed your first week of virtual STEM. We're going to get into your project next week. I promise here. I want to make sure that you understood what we do in STEM. And all the kids here at school are getting STEM. They're getting not the same thing, but they're getting the same type of lessons. The engineering design process, what it means to fail. And every grade's a little different, but all of them got to do a STEM activity in class this week. So I want to have you guys do one as well. And it's one that you might have done before, but I want you to forget, once I tell you what it is, I don't want you to think about what you've done before and just copy it. I want you to think about what you've done before and what's worked and what hasn't, and use it to make something new here. So here we go. Your problem for today is that I need you to build a paper airplane without using any tape or scissors, just using paper, which will be held together by friction. And I need you to create a paper airplane that can fly at least as far as 10 steps, okay? A lot of you may not have tape measures, so we're gonna use steps. So just mark off where you're gonna start and then take 10 big steps and then put a chair or put something that'll mark where 10 steps is. And you're gonna throw your paper airplane. Don't throw it at anybody. Make sure everyone's out of the way, but you're gonna throw it and see if you can make it go 10 steps. All right, so you get your paper, it doesn't matter which way. So the very first step, you're gonna say, okay, we got the problem. So that's the first step. Second step, brainstorm. So I'm kind of thinking about what I know about paper airplanes. I know that they usually, some come to a point. I know they gotta have wings. Definitely gotta have some wings on there so it'll go further. So I kind of got this picture in my mind. So the next step is gonna be actually to design it, like to think about it. Because it's just a paper airplane, it's kind of easier to kind of design it in my mind. So I'm not gonna write this one down or draw it, but you definitely can draw it. I'm not, because I don't want you to have to sit through and watch another drawing, but I'm imagining it in my head, okay? So that's the next step. So right now, go ahead and kind of think about or draw what you might want your paper airplane to look like. All right, now the next step, we're gonna build it. So, got my paper. I'm not going to show you the steps because I don't want you to steal my idea. But I'm gonna build mine here. There we go. This is kind of how I'm picturing it. Folding it a little bit. Make sure you have some extra paper because as you're doing this step, remember, it may not work. It may not come out how you want it. And you may have to crumple it up. I know airplanes usually are pretty smooth. So a crumpled up piece of paper might not work. Or maybe that's your idea. Maybe it'll go further because it is crumpled up and maybe the wrinkles in the paper have something to do with making it go further. See, that's the kind of thinking that you want to have in STEM. You never know, and you won't know unless you try it. And you might fail miserably, but that is okay. So here we go. I'm getting my paper airplane. Got two more folds here. Bam, bam. And there. So I have my paper airplane. This is mine, okay? Not anything super fancy, but this is kind of how I picture it. Nice and aerodynamic. It's got the little wing. Doesn't have big wide wings. Maybe the next one, if this wasn't to go as far, maybe I'll make one that has wider wings. Maybe I'll turn the paper a different way and try it. All right, so now I am going to stand up. I have 10 steps marked off in the classroom. It's all the way, my pro board, actually, if I go over here, my pro board is gonna be 10 steps away. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna throw my paper airplane and see if I can have it go all the way to the board. Fail. It did not. All right, but I'm gonna do it a couple times because when we test the stuff that we make, we don't just test it once and say, oh, it failed. We're gonna try it a few times and see, maybe it was the way I threw it. So I'm gonna step back here. So the first one was a fail. So now I kind of think about, all right, maybe I gotta throw it a little differently. All right, so we're gonna try again. That one doesn't count because it bounced off the table. Even though it made it to the board, it bounced off the table. So now I'm gonna keep doing this, and I notice I'm failing. So if I do it a few times and I just can't get it to go, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, I'm gonna redesign, and I'm gonna test it, okay? and I'm going to keep going until I can finally get it. Remember, it is okay to fail. You just watched me fail, and this is my video to show you how to do this. So it happens. It is okay. Now, the cool thing about this is you can use your computers to videotape this and submit it to me because I would love to see your designs. So you can either videotape your you actually throwing it and it working. You can videotape the whole design thing and talk, as you're designing it. You can show me what's working and what's not. You can do any of that, okay? So give me one quick second. I'm gonna pull up on my computer and then I'm gonna show you how to submit it, okay? So you're gonna be in the Canvas. If you'll notice, at the bottom of your page, there should be a submit button, okay? So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my computer for you to see here. And when you hit the submit button, it should take you and allow you to just video record. So you don't have to video it on your phone. My computer's not gonna let me pull it up at the moment, but if you look at the bottom of the page or at the top, I forget exactly where it is, but it should say a submit button. Okay, you don't have to, but if you would like to, click the submit button. It'll then bring up a little box, which will allow you to do a recording off of your computer, okay? And then if you click the record button and record, and then you hit submit, it'll send it to me, and then I will respond back to you on Canvas. And I know Canvas is probably new for you, but if you can figure it out and you wanna try it, I know your teachers are gonna be showing you Canvas because that's what you'll be working on. But this one, there's nothing to type. All you have to do is click the video recording, and if you're comfortable with that and your parents are okay with it, it's only gonna come to me, and I would love to see your awesome stuff, all right? So I hope you enjoyed this first week. I hope these paper airplanes go great, and I look forward to introducing what our project is next week. I'll give you a little hint. We're gonna be dealing with some ice, okay? Ice. So make sure that you tune in next week to see what your project is gonna be, all right? Have an awesome weekend, guys.